A mother's discipline, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18. The rain had not stopped in 3 days, and the small town of Cedar Hollow was soaked through with gray sorrow. Martha Dunley stood by her window, watching the droplets trace trembling paths down the glass. Her son, Eli, had not come home the night before. Again. At 15, Eli had become a storm she could no longer predict. The boy who once collected feathers and asked her why the sky changed colors now spent his nights chasing noise and neon lights with older boys who smelled like gasoline and bad ideas. She whispered a prayer, though she wasn't sure if heaven still listened. On the table beside her Bible lay a folded piece of paper she had written to herself months ago when things first began to slide. Discipline your children while there is hope. Do not be a willing party to their death. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18. She had underlined the last part twice. When Eli stumbled through the door just after dawn, soaked, pale, and smelling of smoke, Martha felt the verse echo in her chest. "What happened?" she asked, though she wasn't sure she wanted to know. Eli didn't meet her eyes. It was nothing, just a fire. Old shed by the tracks. No one was hurt, but she could see the tremor in his hands, the shadow of orange light flickering behind his pupils. She took a step closer. "You were there, weren't you?" He flinched. "Mom, please, just drop it." Her voice softened. "Eli, look at me." He did, finally, and she saw the boy he used to be still buried there, frightened, waiting for someone to pull him out. Martha's heart tore in 2 directions. One side whispered mercy. "He's still your son, your baby." The other shouted warning. "If you do nothing, you will lose him forever." That night, she sat at the kitchen table with the sheriff's number written on a scrap of paper. Her hands shook. To call meant betraying him, but to stay silent meant becoming, in some way, a willing party to his death. She dialed. The days that followed were hollow and hard. Eli was taken into a youth rehabilitation program, furious with her for turning him in. He wouldn't speak to her for weeks. Martha cried into her pillow each night, but she prayed too, that the seed of truth, though buried in anger, might someday sprout into something better. Spring came, and with it, letters, short at first, then longer. He told her about the counselor who made him write a journal, about learning carpentry, about missing home. When Eli finally returned that summer, taller and quieter, he hugged her in the doorway. "I hated you for a while," he admitted, "but I get it now." She smiled through tears. "It's because I love you, Eli. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about changing direction and hope." Outside, the rain had given way to sunlight breaking through the clouds. The world smelled of fresh earth and second chances. And as Martha watched her son step into the light, she whispered the verse again, not as a warning this time, but as an aphorism of hope. "Discipline your children while there is hope. Do not be a willing party to their death." Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18.